Hey everyone, welcome into our latest Trade to Black podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales, and today we're breaking down the biggest developments in cannabis for the week of April 14th. From two major cannabis reform bills hitting Capitol Hill to Curaleaf flipping its Florida dispensaries into hemp shops, it's been a busy week packed with headlines, maybe even for the better. So let's dive into it. First, let's kick things off in Washington, where Republican Dave Joyce just reintroduced two major cannabis reform bills with bipartisan backing. The big one, the States 2.0 Act, a reboot of past efforts that aims to protect state legal cannabis programs from federal interference. Key features include ending federal prohibition in legal states, legalizing interstate cannabis commerce, exempting legal operators from IRS 280E, federal regulation via TTB and FDA, transportation protections, and a GAO study on traffic safety. It's bold, it's comprehensive, but let's also be real. We've seen promising bills before that fade into legislative abyss. Still, momentum is growing, especially with Republican support rising, and this one could finally gain some traction. We only hope so. All right, now let's move south in Florida, where the House committee just unanimously advanced HB 555. It's a bill that would waive registration fees for veterans seeking medical marijuana cards. It also proposes a 2-year renewal cycle for all patients. While scaled down from its original version, this move marks rare bipartisan unity. But there's also turbulence too. Lawmakers are tightening their grip on hemp-derived THC, proposing a 5 milligram THC cap per beverage, a ban on all Delta-8, sales limited to liquor license holders. And with the 2026 adult use ballot gaining steam, tensions are rising between Governor DeSantis, advocacy groups, and MSOs like Trulieve, which has already poured over $19 million into the new campaign effort. This is not going away. We're just getting started. Speaking of Trulieve's peers, Curaleaf just made a bold move converting one of its Florida MMTC dispensaries into a Farm Bill compliant hemp shop. Yes, they're joining the other side. From European acquisitions to launching THC energy drinks, Curaleaf is continuing to test the limits of strategy in a shifting legal landscape. You gotta hand it to Boris Jordan. In research news, a landmark cannabis meta-analysis shook the medical world this week. With over 10,000 peer-reviewed studies analyzed, researchers found overwhelming support for cannabis in cancer care, including pain and nausea relief, appetite stimulation, anti-inflammatory, and possible anti-cancer effects. Well. What could this actually mean? Well, it could reshape the federal conversation and push policymakers towards rescheduling cannabis under U.S. law. Hopefully, common sense steps in. Now to earnings, where Avacana, which trades at the TSX under the ticker symbol AVCN, they just reported its best year yet. Revenue up 52% to $25.5 million. Gross profit up 94%, and major traction in international markets and clinical trials. From launching patented topicals to real-world studies with Sick Kids Hospital, the company is staking its claim as a global cannabinoid medicine leader. All right then, now over to Santa Barbara, where Leaf Brands began planting at what could become one of the world's largest cannabis farms. They're starting with 65 acres, planning to expand to 187. The land's currently $40 million valuation already doubles the company's entire market cap. Impressive? Yes, but let's wait for real harvest before we get too excited here. Meanwhile, Tilray just launched its first medical cannabis edibles in Australia, pastilles in strawberry, pineapple, and raspberry. With Tilray's global reach in over 20 countries, it's a major win in one of the fastest growing medical markets. Yes, Australia, and their medical market is growing rapidly. Elsewhere, Rubicon Organics is raising up to $3 million to speed up growth and automation at its Hope, BC facility. CEO Margaret Brody says the raise is all about seizing the momentum amid a rising shortage of premium flower in Canada. And if anyone knows about premium cannabis, it's obviously Margaret Brody and the team at Rubicon. So keep close attention on this story. Next, Fluent is also making moves, launching Moods Black. It's a premium vape line with cannabis-derived oil and compact USB-C devices. Early feedback, it looks sleek, but for some consumers, live rosin still reigns supreme. And that is the truth. And finally, Florida's medical patient count. It continues to soar, adding another 14,000 new patients already in 2025. 2025, now totaling over 900,000 active registrations. But with hemp restrictions tightening and legalization debates heating up, the next year could reshape Florida's entire cannabis map. We are in for a lot of changes, but all eyes are going to be on Florida. So that's a wrap for this week's top cannabis developments, from legislative reboots and industry pivots to groundbreaking research and financial milestones. We had a lot going on this week. So what do you think? Let's keep the conversation going by leaving some comments below. Love to get your feedback. Anything we missed on this week's biggest developments, we'd love to hear from you as well. If you like this video we produced, give this video a like. Smash on that bell for all notifications, and don't forget to subscribe. We'd appreciate it here at TDR. Enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend, everyone. And like I always say, stay open-minded, stay connected, and I'll see you next time on our latest Trade to Black podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales, and thanks again, everyone, for watching.